Rolling. Hey guys, welcome to our Healthy for Life Rapid Fire team call. Today is June 15th. Let me go ahead and mute everyone. Somebody always like echoes immediately, so I know. I'm happy to have you guys on the call tonight. We have a lot of good stuff we're going to cover. I'm going to make some announcements right quick, and then we'll just jump right in. So first things first. Sorry, my husband is preparing dinner, and I can see that, and it's a distraction. Sorry. Okay, so first things first, Summit is coming up. Everyone that is registered, I know we just started a Summit group, little group message. So if you are going to Summit and you're in our team page and you're not in our little group message right now, please shoot me a message so I can make sure you're added. We're just talking about some things like for the team while we're in Summit. So also Summit shirts are available. Don't forget to grab yours. We'll have an event where we all wear them, or maybe at a workout or something so we can get a group photo. That'll be super cute. Next up, the thread in our team page right now about lives changed is so awesome. If you guys haven't seen that yet, like go into our team page and check that out. Every time that you get a Success Club point or talk to a new person, we've been sharing like our stories about our new customers and their life stories and things like that. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been reading every single one of them because it keeps popping up in my feed. And it's looked absolutely awesome, like these lives that all of you are coming in contact with and changing. Like some of the stories and things like that, and just the stuff you're doing, the people you guys are working with, it's super inspiring. So I know there was a couple other coaches that said they were enjoying reading those too. So when you get a Success Club point, make sure that you are telling us a little bit about that person that you're working with. It's awesome. Also, our new coach training launched this week, and I've heard some really good things already from coaches that are going through it. So any feedback you guys can provide, I would absolutely appreciate. The goal right now with the team training page is there are videos from other coaches, not necessarily on our team. And while they offer some really great content, our team has so much awesome stuff to offer to each other. So what I want you guys to do is, as you're going through the team training, and everyone should, even if you've been a coach for 3 years, which I know nobody has been longer than that on this team. So make sure that you go through it, and then if there's something that you're doing that's working with your customers or your coaches, share it so we can throw it into the team training so it can in fact be a team training and stuff that all the different coaches on our team are doing together and we've collaborated together for. So also, if you guys have seen in that training group right now, like just reading new coaches' whys, and even some of you guys that have been here for a while that are posting your whys and things like that, like talk about getting like rejuvenated and excited again in this business. Like we are amazing. Like I'm going to toot our horn as a group because there's so many awesome people on this team right now, and just reading some of the things you guys are doing, it's absolutely amazing. So awesome training group, awesome training website. So glad that's finally up and running. The last announcement that I have is just a reminder, since we don't have our calendar up in front of us, the Team 21 Day Fix Extreme challenge group is opening up on Monday. And so if you guys have anyone that you have that is going to be doing the fix, please, please, please join our group. Come check it out. Especially if you're a new coach, I'm going to invite all the new coaches in our training to come join the group just so they can see how we run a team challenge group. So it's a great training opportunity. Plus, if you are doing the 21 Day Fix, jump in and share all your fun stuff with us. My assistant, Nikki, is doing the 21 Day Fix right now, and I'm making her like pretty much vlog her journey and share all the fun stuff that she's doing so that she can create some fun training tools for us to share. Also, I'll let you guys know, all day today she worked on some size preview group, test group slates for the team. And so I'll issue those in the team page in the next week or so you guys can start promoting, getting people excited about size. She put together tons of different slates. They're all blank, so you can put all your own text in them, but they are adorable and perfect. So she took all the guesswork out for you. All you have to do is add content, which is awesome. So with that being said, those are all the announcements I have, and now I'm like so thirsty. But anyhow, I'm so excited to hang out with you guys tonight. We have 4 speakers on the call tonight that are awesome coaches. The fun thing about the call tonight, guys, is that the coaches that we have selected to speak are all from different time periods. They're all at different places in their journey. We have all the way from active coach to Star Diamond coach on the call tonight. We have coaches that started in 2012 and coaches that have started in 2015 and all in between. So there's going to be a great variety of what you hear tonight. And I just ask you to take some notes, listen, and just soak it up. Like, these are other coaches that are right where you are in your journey or where you want to be. So make sure that you're taking notes and that you can, find things that you relate to so that you can grow your business too. First up on our call tonight, Jess has been a coach since March 14th of this year. So she's really still a rookie in so many ways. And she has such a cool journey. She is very faith-based, and it's a very attractive thing. And I'm so excited to have her on the call tonight. So Jess, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, girl.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet you. Jenna introduced me a little bit. I had planned on letting you know my name is Jessi, and I'm from Fabulous4Life. And I'm a single mom of 4 kids that I have all the time. And I just became an Emerald coach. I wear my bracelet every day to remind me of, the people that I'm helping. And yes, I started in March. So things I wanted to share with you is, I guess with being a new coach, are just some things that recently that I am going through and learning myself. One was I started my first challenge group. I finally had gotten enough people, and I put a challenge group together, and I was following the guide. And I was really getting into, like all the information that I was getting from Beachbody, and I noticed there was a change. I noticed that I started being more business-like. I was just throwing information out there constantly, following the guide, and I was kind of losing myself, my story, and my journey. So I messaged my coach. I said, hey, I'm thinking about throwing this guide out the window. And she's like, go for it. And then I actually reached out to people in my group because a lot of them I've met through church. So I'm close to a lot of them. And I said, hey, this is your group. And I'm thinking about kind of throwing out the challenge guide. And would you trust me and run with me? And we'll just make this more our group, being supportive to one another, accountable to one another. And I will still share tips and stories. And they were all for that. So I started getting a lot more activity in my groups, a lot more participation after I made that announcement, and I stopped filling my feed with just a bunch of things that had nothing to do with me. I realized as I was kind of teeter-totting last week with getting more involved in the business part of this, that Beachbody and businesses are way different. That I was getting lost and I was getting off track, and that I actually thought about quitting. I had just gotten my group together. I was doing great, just made Emerald, and I was like, wow, like I want to quit. What's going on? I had to really do a personal evaluation. So I realized that I was being very businessy. I realized that I still, with Beachbody, being you is the business. Sharing your story, what you're going through, struggles, being very open and raw with the people in your group, even though you are a coach. And I struggled with that, like, as a leader, and how much do I let them in on what I struggle with? But actually that is what got everybody to follow me, was sharing my story. So I really think it's a good point to don't lose yourself in this. When you're learning to be a new coach, there is tons of information out there. I love how Jenna came up with this new training. It's very simple, and it helps that with staying structured. But don't lose who you are, because that is your business. Who you are and your story and everything. So I really had to get myself together this week with that. I started off by also, when I was on that journey of going back to who I was, is I went through my feed and my Facebook, and I looked at what people were liking. And I would post things about Beachbody, very good information, but I'd get like 1 or 2 likes. But when I posted a post about me and what I was doing, just as the more personable it was, the more likes and interest that I got with it. So I decided that that's how I started my journey, and that's how I want to continue to coach. I think that learning the business, you get lots of good information, but I think I'm going to take it from the viewpoint now that I'm going to take that to learn it and then make it my own, because I still need to be myself in all of this. I'm always needing to be open and learn from my team and my coaches. When I first started my group, I thought, okay, I'm the leader here. I have to have all the answers. I have to be on track and do all that. Well, now I'm learning very quickly that I can learn from my members and my coaches lots of valuable information. So it's good to put out there when when you're making mistakes and interact with them and talk with them. So I'm learning even though I'm a leader and that's new for me, that I still am on the same level with all of these people. And that's important to keep me balanced personally, to remember that. So just finding the balance between the leader and just always being open. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So my challenge group is going a lot better. And I'm reaching out to people, and I'm remembering most of all just to be me and keep sharing my story. And then with the exercise we did today, the video of my story, one thing I forgot too is I am still on my journey. I'm not turning over to be a coach and that's it. Now I'm here helping all these people. I'm still on my journey. So I really need to stick to that first and foremost. And I notice that I get the most response, out of doing that. So that's kind of what I wanted to share today. And I hope that some of you can relate to it. And I hope that it helps you. I'm very new at doing this, but I'm learning as I go. I'm failing forward. So when something doesn't go right, I'm going back and I'm reevaluating to keep myself on track. And I think that's important.
Yeah, Jessi, thank you so much for sharing. God, you said so many things that I was sitting here and I'm like, yeah, exactly, like that I could relate to. I think the coolest part about this business, one of the coolest parts, because I probably say that on every call, but one of the coolest parts of this business is that we all learn from each other. I've been doing this for 3 years, but I still find more value in a team call where there's people that have come in well after me, and can learn so much from new coaches, veteran coaches, everyone, like customers even, we can all learn from each other. And that's a great piece of advice to be like a coach on this team, especially know that up, down, around, whatever the genealogy is, you can absolutely learn something from someone else. And that's so cool. And I loved the authenticity of staying true to who you are in this business, because there's 320 some thousand coaches now, and there's going to be a reason why you're successful. Each person on this team, you have to embrace who you are and adapt the Beachbody way to who you are, and take that and run with that. And I love that you said that tonight, Jessi, and you are definitely somebody to follow that's been doing that really well. So if you're getting lost in your identity of who you are and Beachbody, or you're not sure how to get out of that salesy mode, follow Jessi on Facebook. She's got a great story and she's very good at sharing it. So thank you so much for talking on the call tonight, girl, especially being new and just jumping right in. Good for you. I know there's people on here that are like, don't make eye contact with Jenna because she's going to ask me to talk on the call. So next up on our call, we have another Emerald coach. She is somebody who I asked to speak on the call and was like, I'm not sure. So I'm so excited that she's going to speak on the call tonight. Sharon has been a coach since October 22nd of 2014. So she's been around for a little while now, but she is well on her way to Diamond, and I'm so excited to have her on the call tonight. So Sharon, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Am I unmuted? There I am. Sorry. Well, thank you. And I'm not on a lot of calls, but I do stalk everyone and I do learn a lot from everyone. Everyone is amazing support, which has helped me remain focused on my goals. And like Jessica said, sometimes you get caught up helping other people and you forget that this is your journey too. And I think on a regular basis, someone is helping me to refocus because I kind of lose sight of that sometimes. So, and I do have a salesy background, so sometimes it helps me to be where I need to be in the right frame of mind to know that this person is telling me that they want help, and it helps me to overcome some of the obstacles that I might normally shy away from if I didn't have that kind of a background. As some of you know, I'm a social worker now, so I don't know how that transition never happened, but again, it's about helping people, and I'm so passionate, and I love what I'm doing, and I love everything that we're all doing to help people. And I'm the turtle. I'm being slow and steady, and I'm gonna win the race. So I'm getting there. So I am gonna talk about the importance of following up and support. And I think it is so important to follow up with people because it really tells people that you're trying to build a relationship with them. And I think that they really appreciate that you're not just there to say, hey, buy all these awesome products, look at how much weight I've lost, look at how wonderful I am, that you really care about them and that you want them to be successful just like they can see that you are. And when you're talking to a customer or a prospective customer, I think it's really important that you hear them and that you listen to them. So if they don't want to sign up for a program or Shakeology right away, when you follow up with them, you know what they were talking about, you know what their interests are, you know what their goals are, and you know where they are in their life. You didn't spend an hour of your time talking to these people, and then when you follow up with them, it's like asking them the same questions, and then they realize that you didn't hear anything that they said to you the first time you talked to them. So I think it's important for that. And then I have been nagging someone about this, but don't wait days or even a week or two to follow back up with someone, because there's a lot of other coaches out there and there's a lot of other programs that can entice other people, and people will quickly forget you. If somebody else has got their attention and you catch that person at the moment, they can forget all about all the wonderful things that you shared about your journey and the people that are in your group and your upline and all your support, because this other person has something that's shinier or more bells and whistles. So it is easy for people to forget if they don't get that follow-up phone call or email or whatever, text. And then again, you guys were talking about challenge groups and things like that. I think that helps everybody stay motivated. I have a support page for like 16 people. It's a private group, and every morning I post my pictures when I'm done working out at 5:15, and I found that has helped get everybody remotivated, and they're doing different programs. They're doing T25 and 21-day fix, but everybody seems to be going back to the Shakeology again, and they're just, everybody's sort of self-motivating themselves, and then everybody in the group, there's like 16 people in the group, so they're all kind of motivating each other. And all I do is put my picture on there at 5:15 in the morning. I don't know if that would motivate me, but they seem to be happy about it. So and again, they just want to know that you're there to support them. If they're having issues, if they're having concerns, they want to know that you're there. So I try to talk to everybody at least once a week, and I'm fortunate that I work with some of the people that I've signed up, so it's easy for me to follow up with them. But other people, I make sure that I email or I FaceTime someone on Sunday. So again, just letting them know that you're there, because it's a struggle for all of us. but we've been doing this for a little while, so we know what we need to do at the end of the day to get our workouts in and get our meals done and focus on what we need to do. But it might not be so easy for that other person, even if they've been doing it for a little while. So just knowing that their coach is there to help them, I think, is really huge. And I think that's all.
What an eloquent way to end it. Oh, no, thank you so much, Sharon. I know when I reached out to Sharon and asked her if she wanted to speak on the call, follow up with something that she definitely wanted to touch on. And I think it's such an important thing because it's very easy to not to not follow up, in that 24-hour period or that 72-hour period, and the person's moved on and they're onto something else. Like, what we have is such an amazing product, but lots of people sell it. So when people work with you, they're getting you. Like, that's the extra bonus that they're getting. So you want to make sure that you're following up and reaching out to everyone. A system that I follow, and I have it sitting right here, so I'm really excited that you talked about follow-up, Sharon, was so when I have people do the 21-day fix, and I'm making sure that nobody I'm going to send one of these to is on the call tonight. So every week on Friday, like if they start on a Monday, on Friday, I mail out cards, like as you can see, like this one just happens to say woohoo, and then inside it says yay for you. Like I have a whole stack of cards here. So at the end of each week, like on that Friday, I put it in the mail so that they get it on Monday morning and see, oh, like I got through week one, like, and this is like a congratulations for just getting through week one. Like doing those little extra things to let your customers know, like, hey, I'm here. So when I have somebody go through the 21-day fix, every week that they finish it, they get a card. And it's getting them excited for the next week. And it's just, acknowledging like, hey, you have a coach here that cares about you and what you're doing. And for us, the journey starts with a customer when they buy a product from us. It doesn't just, they just don't buy something and it goes on. Like your customers are going to be what turns into coaches and what helps you grow your business and change more lives. So the follow-up is, there is so much important things in the follow-up. So make sure that you're doing that all the time, whether they're a current customer or a prospect even. So awesome stuff, Sharon. Thank you, ma'am. Next up on our call, we have a Star Diamond coach. She happens to be, I'm like trying to find her square. Oh, there she is. She happens to be my sister and somebody that started this business with me on June 15th of 2012. So happy 3-year and 1-day anniversary, sis. I'm so excited for you. I asked my sister to speak on the call tonight because she has been on this journey as long as I have. And it's just, I think it's a testimony to staying consistent and realizing that your journey is a roller coaster, and some days it's good and some days it's bad. And I put her out of her comfort zone tonight because I know she needs to jump back in and get back involved. So I totally didn't let her off the hook. I see a couple people shaking their heads like, oh, Emily and Ann, her accountability partners. So anyway, my sister is a Star Diamond coach. She is amazing. She's a busy mom and has a full-time job as a scientist, so she's very busy, but she's making it work. So Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, can you guys hear me? Yes, no, okay. Sorry, my internet must have went down, so now I'm on my phone. And welcome to my office. I'm sitting here laughing at myself with my exposed roof and everything showing, my cinder block wall. As Jay said, we are sisters. I've been with this business for 3 years now, and it has been a roller coaster. And I just want to thank God for where I am today, because if it wasn't for him, there's probably a very good chance that I wouldn't be in this business, as well as my success partners and my sister, who has never given up on me. So 3 years in this business, and I am starting over. At the very bottom, I am a newbie in this business, learning the trades all over again. I'm in the Coach Basics, or the training as well. Some of my coaches are in there, but I'm learning from it again and trying to redevelop my why, make it strong. I had lost focus on that, had put my attention to what I considered more important things, lost belief in myself, and just basically disconnected and hid is what I did. And there's a select few people who have come to me and constantly tried to pull me out of my little hole, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. It's easy to ignore when you feel like you don't have anything to give. And those people are there to help me, which is important. So the few tips that I have that I wanted to share with you guys, I guess, is where I started and how I became successful, and then where it fell off. So we're all excited when we're brand new coaches. We're excited and we are scared all at the same time. It's like this nervous energy that makes you want to scream with excitement and throw up at the same time, because you don't, the unexpected is scary and you don't exactly know where to go. So what I did when I first became a coach was I jumped into my personal development, and I really had that help me. All the ones from like Eat That Frog and Start With Why, all that kind of stuff. It connected with me. I understood it. I applied it, and it was good. Today, as I'm starting over, I'm on a different kind of path with my personal development. One, I've started it again, which is a great sign. And two, it's more, I'm faith-based, and I know God has a big part, is a big part of my life, and only through Him can I do anything. So now most of my attention is through developing myself, believing and developing and myself as being a leader through God. And I've picked up some great books. So that's one way that I'm getting myself back on track. Another tip that I have for you guys is to always stay connected within the group. Even if you, like, I'm a stalker when it comes to our Facebook group, but you have something important to share with everyone. And if you keep it into yourself, then you really do them a disservice by not sharing that with other people, because you can make a connection in ways that you never thought imaginable. So for myself, what that means is just making sure that I check in with the group daily, which is something that I hadn't done for a long time. I got disconnected, which made it easy for me to hide. So staying connected is key for me. And I know it's how I will continue going through, pushing through this. And then, of course, like Jenna had mentioned, Anne and Emily are my success partners. And they've always been on my tail. They've always been there with loving arms. And they've listened to me as I've struggled, and they've supported me as I've succeeded. And I am so blessed to have them in my life. And I know God completely brought them into my life. And the three of us have a bond together like no other. And that's important. You need to find that someone in your business, and it doesn't have to be on our team either, but someone in the business who will help you push past the times when you have no faith in yourself and you think you can't do it, and you're questioning as to why you're even doing it, because you just feel like there's nothing that you can give to others, or the jealousy comes in and overwhelms you because you see others succeeding and you wonder why you're not at that point in your business as well, which I did have for Jenna quite a few times, just watching her as she shot through her business and was like, what is she doing different than I am? And I started comparing myself, which wasn't the smartest thing to do either. We should never compare ourselves with other coaches. We're just at different places, but we'll all get to the same place in the end, where we'll succeed and help others succeed as well. So for me today, like I said, it's starting over. It's learning from the new people. So I am very, very appreciative of the speakers on the call tonight, just seeing, the excitement that you have shows me what brought me to this business in the beginning. Seeing that, there's nothing that can waver their belief in themselves and helping others. And that's so important to keep in your heart, even when you have self-doubt. So, I think I talked way too fast, like I always do. And I'm just I'm just really blessed to be, I'm so thankful that Jenna has not given up on me ever and has constantly pulled me back into this business, because I would seriously be lost without it, for sure. And sitting down and watching these videos in the training group and redeveloping my why, like I love Caleb and him there and his crazy all the way down why, that makes sense to me. Constantly asking yourself, they always say, I went through a course in my, at my work, developing, it wasn't necessarily developing your why, but finding out the solution for something, but using a 5 why system, getting to the very end and finding out what your soul why is as to why you have this problem or whatever it is. And it's the same kind of concept, so it clicked with me. And that's something else I did as a newer coach as well, is I would reach out to other YouTube channels from other coaches on other teams, successful ones, just to see what they had to share, just to see how they presented their business. I mean, I stalked their pages and saw how they posted things and how they made it so that they were relatable. And it got to the point, I don't know if you guys, who's my friend or whatever on Facebook, but it got to the point where my Facebook posts were so flippin' forced that it was no good. It was no good. I was just posting because it was a routine of posting. It had no emotion in it. It had no excitement in it. And it was like basically the same thing over and over. And here, just the excitement of being asked to be on the team call, and the excitement of, I was running last night. I was running down here on the treadmill, which I absolutely hate. I don't suggest it for anyone. And I was listening to my Christian music, and I just all of a sudden started like crying, and it was a freaking mess. I'm lucky I didn't shoot off the other end of the treadmill. But it was just being overwhelmed with gratitude for the faith of others and the faith of God, and knowing that I can do this, but only with the help, by asking help from others. This isn't a business of one, it's a business of many. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of rambled. I don't know if I made any sense, but sometimes we just have to start over, and having a fresh mind is really, really excited me. So.
That's awesome. I love listening to you talk, because you're like, I think I'm like done, and then you're like, I'm actually going to give you like the best kernel of information now that I told you I was done. So like, I love that. Yeah, this family is, and Sarah and I are family, but this family that we have it's unlike any other, and we're really grateful for it, and having all of you. It was just her and I for a really, really long time. So just the fact that there's even this many people on the call tonight is to show that progress and growth and inspiration does double and triple and have that ripple effect. It's such an awesome thing. And to know that if you are on this team right now and you're struggling with something, or you're going through something, or you feel alone, or you're watching this recording because you didn't get on this call because you didn't want anyone to see you on this call because you're hibernating or hiding, know that we're here, and that every single coach on this team would help anyone else, and that's what we're here for. Even if you're going through something that you don't think anyone can relate to, I can assure you that in our downline of 1,200 people, that somebody's going to be able to relate to you. So reach out and ask for help if you need it, and relight your fire and figure out what your new why is, and get yourself excited again. And if you can't do that, ask again for help. That's the best part of this team. So thanks so much, Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a coach that has just been patiently awaiting in the wings. And I'm so excited she's on this call tonight, because she just finished the Ultimate Reset. She is currently an active coach, and she has been a coach since January 6th of 2014. So she's been around a little while. And I think you're going to hear a very common theme in her sharing tonight, as you have with some of the other coaches. So Keisha, I know it says that you're Jenna DeStefano, and you make a very beautiful Jenna DeStefano. So you go ahead, girl, do your thing.
Thanks, Jenna. There we go. Everybody can hear me? Okay. Like Jenna said, my name is Keisha Brown, and I just want to tell you a little bit about my background. I am an active coach. I've dealt with a weight issue probably since first or second grade. And I've done pretty much a bunch of different things out there, like Weight Watchers. I did HCG diet protocol a couple of times. It was effective, but not sustainable at all. So I've gone through the gaining and losing, or losing and gaining process. And then I found Healthy4Lyfe. Actually, my sister found it and talked me into it, kind of. But it was a great choice because it's all about the lifestyle. It's not about sticking to a restrictive diet forever or making people feel bad if they have treat days. It's about the lifestyle, and it's based on health. So I do work full time, single, no kids. So I am at a point in my business. Like Jenna said, I've been here a little bit, but I was hanging out as the discount coach for a while. And then I saw that actively coaching helped me. And selfishly, I used that, kind of put on your own life vest first thing. I know it keeps me accountable. So I've really been trying. In the beginning, it was trying to force it a little bit because I am not the most outgoing person. And kind of like Sarah said, I started with my sister, and she was having really big success and I wasn't. So I dealt with a little bit of the jealousy there as well. But since then, I've learned to focus on my own journey and kind of run my own race, so to speak. So as far as the tips that have really helped me recently to kind of get back on the wagon, I guess, kind of get back to really working it with more of a passion, not just robotically doing it. There are 3 things that I want to touch on. I had to redefine what success meant. I had to definitely be a product of the product, and I had to stay engaged. First of all, redefining success. Like I said, I was watching other people. I was, as hard as it is to admit, I was jealous of other people who were being super successful. And, I wasn't sure what they were doing differently, like a lot of people have said. But in watching them, I now understand some things that they were doing differently and have learned from that. So I thought successful meant to be a diamond or beyond. I've always been really goal-oriented, successful in school and college. And so I had to redefine that. And what it really means is taking care of yourself first so you can help other people. And once I redefined it like that and saw that success meant being healthy, and then most importantly, sharing that and helping other people and meeting new people, I saw that what I was doing, whether it resulted in a sale or a rank advancement or any of that stuff, was success, just by the virtue of doing it. So that's really important. And kind of my biggest successes these days are anything outside of my comfort zone. For example, I've been posting weekly videos with my reset, and getting ready to post some before and after pictures, and just all kinds of things that, a year or 2 years ago, I would have been mortified and, what are these people going to think about this? And now I don't so much really care. I mean, I hope it helps them and I hope it inspires them. But if it doesn't, that's fine. That's their deal. So being successful has a new meaning, and that's really helped me, because even though it's not something concrete that I can say, oh, I got an A in this class, or oh, I earned X number of dollars, I did it. So the second point I wanted to make was the product of the product point. And I know that's a tagline for Beachbody, but it's really important. For me, I kind of had to get my head right first. I wasn't in the greatest place when I first signed up. So I was being a discount coach and I was drinking Shakeology here and there, but I wasn't totally committed. I had other things going on, other issues to deal with. So once I got through that and could put other things on project status, I was able to move on and really do the programs. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You have to do the programs. You have to have something to share with people. Your experiences, your workout photos, your food, you know, you have to have things to invite them to, challenge groups. So that was really what drew me back in, I guess. And I did the 21-day fix, a couple rounds. And, you know, for new coaches, I definitely recommend the 21-day fix or the ultimate reset, because you get results in 3 weeks and you have something to show people and you have a personal experience. And then finally, the staying engaged part, which Sarah touched on as well, is really important. I found it's incredibly difficult to restart. If you just keep plugging along and stay engaged with Facebook and with the meetings like this, it's much easier to stay on track than it is to get back on track. And also the past month or two, I've been working with a success partner, and that's made a huge difference. Lisa, I don't know if you're on the call, but she's awesome. She is. Hi, Lisa. She's wonderful, and it's nice to have somebody to help keep you accountable, to commiserate with when you have a bad day, to, you know, any of those things. It's nice to have somebody else there that understands your perspective and understands your goals. And to have this whole group of people has been amazing. Like I said, I'm not the most outgoing person, so to have all these people come into my life that are positive and supportive and helpful has been beyond beneficial. And that's kind of the basis of where I am at this point. As I've done these different things and try to continue doing them consistently, I'm slowly building confidence, and I am getting more comfortable with sharing and inviting. You know, it's something I have to offer people, and if it's for them, then that's great, and I really want to help them. And if it's not, I offered it, and, you know, I can move on and be proud of that and happy with myself. And when they're ready, like Jenna says, they'll come back. But that's where I am right now. I'm getting more confidence, and I'm working with those basics, trying to keep moving forward. So I hope that was helpful.
Yes, that was great. Thank you so much, Keisha. That you should have started out with, "Hi, I'm Keisha, not Carly." Because everyone confuses the two of you, especially on Facebook. But
Yes.
no, thank you so much for sharing tonight. I know that this was a comfort zone pusher for you, and I'm grateful that you were on the call tonight, because I know that there were people on the call, like while you were talking, that were like, like they needed to hear what you were saying. So thank you for that. The one thing that you did say, and I want to reiterate and kind of drive home, that was like your definite nugget tonight, was to redefine success. And I think as coaches, it's really easy, because of all the benchmarks that Beachbody has, that it's easy to think like, well, I'm not a 10-star, like I'm not elite, I didn't hit Success Club. Like, I think it's really easy to try to consider that like success. And you're right, like success is what you need it to be, or what you choose to make it. So if it's not a benchmark in Beachbody, that's fine. You figure out what works for you, and you define success in the way that you see fit. And I think for a lot of you that are in that boat of comparing and, you know, going through and trying to figure out what you're doing wrong and what the successful people must just absolutely be doing perfectly, like to absolutely redefine success and see what that means to you. I know I sat down with Lisa and Keisha both together, and Lisa was like, I need to know what you're doing, like, to do this every month. Like, what are you doing? And like, I literally sat down and explained every single thing that I do. And she's like, there was no secret there. Like, there was no surprise. She's like, but I know that there's all these coaches and they're so successful, and I just want to know, like, what are they doing? And the reality is, like, each person, there's not doing anything unique or different, but they figured out what success looks like for them, and they've just continued to drive that home and to build that and to grow on that. And each one of us, success needs to mean something different for everyone. So man, when you said that, I like totally wrote it down. I just like circled it on my paper and everything because it's true. Like tonight, I want you guys, when you get off this call, to think about like, what does success look like to you? Does that look like changing 10 people's lives? Does that look like, you know, being able to be more present at home with your family? Like, is that the ultimate goal? Whatever it is. Like, and I think by redefining success, your why might change, and you might be able to figure out your why in that as well. So I kind of like that. I really, really like that. Thank you so much, Keisha.
Thank you.
Just sit and like think about this later. Okay, guys, I wanted to open up the floor before we jump off this call tonight. I know a couple of people asked like if coaches can ask questions and stuff on the calls, and I want you to know you're absolutely, absolutely able to do that. So if there's anyone on the call right now, you guys are all set to be able to unmute yourselves. So if there's anyone that has any questions or comments or concerns, please feel free to just totally jump in right now. Teresa, I'm giving you a shout out. Hey girl, nice to see you on the call. Anybody else? Any concerns, questions, comments, thoughts? No.
They all rocked. So.
I think so too, Em. I said I think so too, Em.
Everybody did great. It was great to hear Jess. I know she was nervous. We talked before the call. Oh. And to hear Sarah, just because I haven't talked to her for a couple days. And Keisha, I'm waiting to see her.
Yes, we all are.
Yeah. And Sharon, you did awesome as well. So you guys did great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I want to give a shout out to Ashley on the call tonight. Hey girl, hey. And I want to give a shout out to Tara because she just has the cutest little thing asleep on her chest right now, and I have to say hi. And Tina down there with another kiddo. So you know what? This is like such a fun family thing, and I love it, guys. So my motivational speech for you before we get off the call tonight, and I'm going to show you the picture first so you understand it because I'm going to read a picture to you. Like, okay, so it's a wood board. Like, that's all you really need to know, okay? So it says, you should do what you said you were going to do that one time before you got all tired and then got super busy and pretty much forgot. And then it has ... You really should. And that's what I'm going to end the call with tonight because there's a lot of times in this business that you forget why you're doing it. And there's a lot of times in this business it's really easy to let life get in the way. And there's a lot of times in this business that personal development goes out the window. And there's a lot of times in this business that you could just skip that workout. And I could go on and on, but I'm going to spare you because it's late. But I just want you guys to know that this is so much about you and changing your life. And by you changing your life and reaching out to others and paying that forward, it's going to change so many lives. But you have to make that conscious decision every day. You know what? I deserve this. I am worthy of this. And I am going to be the best version of myself today because I'm making that choice and not putting yourself second or putting yourself last, especially if you're a parent, because you guys all have a habit of doing that. You have to take care of yourself and be the best version of yourself so you can be that for other people. So just make sure that if you said, I'm going to be successful in Beachbody, or I'm going to make that extra income, or I'm going to do that to help our family, you do it. And you realize, like I said I was going to do it. And think about it. There's a lot of times that you say you're going to do things and then something happens or a circumstance comes flying through and you're like, oh, well, I know I said I was going to do that thing, but then this came up and then that came up and then that thing never got done. Make sure that your why is strong enough so that when life happens, you realize what you're working towards and what you're working for. And that was to be a better version of yourself, however that looks like to you. So make sure you keep doing that. You keep prioritizing yourself and you continue to grow with this business and with this fit family. So thank you guys so much for jumping on the call tonight. Our next call is July 7th. Pencil it in your books right now. I already have 5 speakers. They're all very excited about the call, and we will get everybody amped up for size on our next call so we can get lots of people excited. And maybe what we'll do is a size workout before the call so everyone can be a sweaty hot mess and really enjoy it. So all right, guys, I love you all. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon.